Welcome to the Eye of the Tyrant, episode 6. Today, we're using a new method to record for better quality, and we hope that you enjoy it. If you like what we're doing here, please check out our Patreon, follow all of our socials, and check out all of our Start Playing profiles if you'd like to book us to run games for you. Today, we're joined by our wonderful escapees, Vesper, played by Aaron, Egg, played by Corb, Seer,
Greetings.
played by Brayden,
No.
and Samuels, played by PK.
Hello, it's me.
When we last left off, a dogfight left the worm drive of Honor's Penitent damaged the ship that was stolen by our fugitives. Dropping out of worm space near a habited planet, Egg recognized the flight controller's voice in a stroke of luck and gained the ability for the crew to land on Chuta at a garage in the capital city of Brenza called Cosmos. While there, Cosmo, a wonderful lion folk man, gave them some leads on where to go next, and that is where we are going to pick up. As you exit the garage, heading towards town, looking for either a place to get new IDs, a place to pick up some new weapons, especially those grenades that Egg was looking for. What would you guys like to do?
Dog store. I'm going to a pet store with Windless.
Didn't yet. I think, yeah.
Oh, well, are you sure this is what we... Why are we going to a dog store?
Just follow.
Of course. Understood. It's lovely day outside. It's very nice to have the sun on your skin after so long. Never mind. As he looks at your armor.
Seer's just silently walking along the street, holding Windless by the shoulder, and making it look to all the world like it's just a really angry metal dad taking his son out for a walk.
Windless, he's in a suit of armor. He can't feel the sun on his skin.
And he
Not
chooses
only
that.
but it sounds so creepy.
It does. It's very...
Also, didn't you see the sun coming? Couldn't you felt it while we were on the ship? Like, felt
Well-
it from the future?
That's not quite how they work. I don't exactly feel things. Like, it's more of like when you sit and you imagine licking a television, you know what it's going to taste like.
Like one of those really
Wait.
old ones where when you lick it, it's just static.
The static.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Windless, you have a son?
No. The sun. The star of the sky.
Well,
I don't know what this one's called.
there's many stars.
Yeah, but this is the one that's lighting us right now. Man, astrology
That's a
lessons.
star?
Yep. It is Egg.
I
That's
don't
a star.
know.
This is a
what-
planet that we're on.
I don't understand
Of
what
course,
asteroid
we're on
he
a
crawls
planet.
out of.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were on a space station. That was not a planet.
That is true.
So,
Well,
anyway.
of
Why
course.
are we going to a pet store? Why are we going to
That's
a
what
pet
I want to
store?
know.
I am taking Windless to the pet store. You all may do what you please with your freedom. This is our first chance to actually walk around without being forced to stay together.
Oh, we're having a hard
Right.
time hearing you. I think there might be a
So
noise.
issue with the voice. Issue with the voice mod? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, all good. I think I'll use without. I've decided that the voice mod is nifty, but it also seems to be leading to more technical issues. So, Seer's just kind of dragging Windless along, and it's just, we are going to the pet store. You may enjoy your freedom as you wish. This is our first time to wander around without being forced to walk alongside each other, shackled at the ankle. I suggest you make use of this. We have a meeting place, do we not? Later in the evening?
Yes, I believe it was the Rusty Skiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
We're gonna have dinner there.
Are you really sure you want to have dinner there, though?
I'd want to have dinner anywhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Anything that's not prison food
Alpha
would
Crash
be...
used to say.
Yes.
Alpha Crash used to say, if you're not having dinner, you're not a winner.
Good advice.
I agree
Good
with
advice,
that.
Vesper.
I'm
Can't say no to a good
guessing
chow
there
place.
are Other options, potentially.
I mean, Starlight Lounge sounded pretty nice, but I don't know if we quite have the cash for something that upscale.
Shit.
I like the sound of this place. Rust. It sounds rough and rugged, like we'll be peeling the skin off of our food and eating it.
Everybody
How much
likes
money
onions.
Did we manage to collect from that ship again?
I will say that it is enough to garner your needs. So you can definitely feed yourselves and like house yourselves for the night. And of course, you would be able to buy some weapons because I do know that not everybody is packing heat the way that they necessarily would prefer to pack heat. You know?
I get what I need.
Alpha Crash used to say, if you're not packing heat, you won't have your needs meet.
That's right.
That's very smart of Alpha Crash.
It's
Do you
poetic.
think
so you can
has
tell
Alpha
it
Crash
works.
ever written a book?
Yes, she has. And he immediately just pulls out her book and hands it to you.
Have you had this the whole time?
Of course. Thoughts on Republicanism. Volume 1.
In prison.
You did mention this before, yeah.
That is true. That is true.
I remember that.
As you walk through
I'll get to reading this later. Thank you.
as you walk through the busy streets of the capital city here of Berenza, people definitely every now and then do kind of stop and look into Sear's direction, like meeting eyes and then immediately casting their gaze down to their feet. There is the occasional whisper as well, having this Templar just walking through the city with a group of people, which is odd, but they're more worried about the fact that like this Templar's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked earlier about Pierce's thought process where he had like he could have walked around without the armor, that would have been less conspicuous. So instead he just threw a shawl over the armor and just like the barest rudimentary disguise.
Yeah.
Psst. Psst.
What are we
Samuel.
wearing?
Psst.
Yes, egg.
Sorry, I don't know what else to say, but I'm trying to fit in. People here seem to like occasionally whispering.
I think you're right. What's up?
You like clouds?
I mean,
You like
I do like
those?
clouds. Yeah, clouds are pretty great. They get in random shapes
Excellent.
sometimes. You get to look at them.
I think we're blending in.
We've done it. Good job.
Vesper, I
shoulder.
believe you had a question for Seer.
Well, no, for you. What are we wearing?
Oh, yeah. So I would say that because only some of you got your stuff back, right? So we have Egg. I believe Egg got Egg's bag, and Vesper got Vesper's bag. So that means that you two had access to your clothing. Samuel would probably still be wearing the prison guard uniform.
Yeah, I'd have those same like tan khaki pants on, whatever the jacket is or whatever would probably be tied up around my waist or something, and I'd be having kind of a normal colored t-shirt.
Yeah. So he could blend in very well with like, you know, the working rube around the city
Yeah.
here.
And winless?
Winless is most definitely not even paying attention to the fact that he has a prison jumpsuit on. Yes.
Right. I'm just gonna.
He's worn it
reach-
for like 5 years.
Seer. I know
Yes.
you want to take Windless to the pet store. I don't know what for. Should we get him into a different outfit?
No, this is fine. He's in the possession of a Templar, after all.
I don't think that means as much as you think it does out here.
I think it will mean exactly what it needs to for our purposes. They give reason to look away from me when I pass. That's all we need. A reason for them
All
to
right.
not interfere.
Well, when you
notice
buy
that
him a
people
leash,
are looking at you though.
Yes, it's only natural. I am wearing the raiment of Seer. It commands authority.
I'm intimidated.
I mean, regardless of if it commands authority or not, do we want to attract that amount of attention to ourselves?
We'd attract less attention if everybody stopped following me.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that our goal, to attract attention?
No. I don't. No.
well, it would be a good idea for, and he looks down and goes, for me to probably dip into this shop here and possibly purchase some new clothes if
You don't leave
anybody's-
my sight until this
You
is
could-
done.
Of course, you can go
then
in
go
with
into
me.
the changing room with him.
Oh, please don't. You can see my feet down from the bottom. That would be more comfortable for me. Although prison, there
We can
wasn't
all go
really
in
a
the
lot of
changing
place.
room.
I don't think we'll fit. I mean, I'll barely fit with Seer in there, of course.
Interesting idea, but yeah, just you and Seer go into the changing room together. He'll
No,
help
we
you
are not
put on
going
some
into
new
any
pants.
changing room together. I've made clear the plan.
All right,
That's
well,
right.
he's got to get new clothes on. What are you gonna do? Then you got to let him out of sight for a minute.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is a changing room? How do you change? Do we turn into different creatures?
No, the room itself changes.
Ah,
I think you've confused
interesting.
him more.
I must see this.
Seer, why are we going to a pet store?
He's getting you a leash.
Silence, and all things will be made clear.
I promise, I don't plan on like running off on you or anything.
That doesn't matter that what you promise. What matters is what I can trust, and I can't trust anyone.
Well, I trust you.
That is a mistake.
Okay, well, good luck. I guess we'll leave you guys to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
buy him
Where
a
would the rest of you
pants.
like to go while Seer and Windless are going to a pet store?
Is there a local arms dealership?
Oh, absolutely. However, you were told that it would probably be a good idea to get your IDs taken care of first, in order to avoid suspicion. However, you were given the location of 2 black markets. Now, of course, being a black market, it's going to be cost a little bit more, but that's what you pay for discretion.
Well, first, I'm stopping at any thrift store and buying a pair of large sweatpants and a big hoodie to give to Windless so that he can wear them over his prison garb. So he's a little more conspicuous. So then I'll go running down the street saying, passing anyone that I can see, where's like one big guy in a suit and a small prisoner? Where were they walking to? Where's the nearest pet store? I need to find them.
I mean, yeah, it's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the little guy.
Yeah, they need these pants.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I just saw them walking down the street.
That way?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
just down that way.
It's a matter of life or death.
Seer! Seer!
Vesper and Egg, what are you working on?
What?
Well, Vesper,
Oh. Yes.
Well, Vesper, I suppose it's you and I, off to find arms, to assist in our revolution.
I would love to. But I'd like to try something else first, if that's okay.
Please, lead the way. I do not know this environment that well.
I
Alpha
don't
Crash
either.
says, a man of the common people knows to blend. But I have never blended before, only crashed.
The Blend family that does
Well,
that.
I suppose if you want to come with me, perhaps you can work on practicing blending.
Excellent.
And I would like to...
Do I still need to whisper on occasion?
As long as you're not shouting too loud, I think we should be okay.
Very well. Lead the way, Comrade Vesper. Show me how to live amongst the common folk of this planet.
Okay. And I'm going to have a look around. Would there be some sort of, like, communications, like, public communications center where you could, like, potentially make a phone call to somebody?
Of course, there's going to be space payphones. Because, they realize that, having that ability to use a payphone is always important. And it's just a great stylistic choice.
It really is.
It's just a vibe. You are able to find just a little, like, rack of payphones along the wall on the street.
Okay. I would like to try and get a hold of one of my older professors. I'm thinking Professor Nova Vex taught me a lot of archaeology stuff, and she kind of was very, like, pushed the boundaries of thinking and kind of pushed Vesper into this exploring other stuff. I would like to try and call her at my university.
Absolutely. Yeah, easily. So you pay for the call and type in the number, and it rings for a few moments, and then you hear the soft, I'm not gonna say elderly voice, more of just aged voice, a refined voice. Hello?
Professor, it's Vesper. Vesper Frost.
I don't know a Vesper Frost.
No, of course you don't. Of course. Can I just ask, what's going on Etrosia? What's the news? Can you give me what's happening?
Strange request, stranger. But it's nothing crazy. It's all business as usual lately. Your parents have stopped funding the university here. But other than that, is there anything specific you're looking for?
Just anything at all, really. Have you seen Isadora, potentially? Or have they pulled her out?
Isadora has been pulled out, yes. She is attending a different university now. But also, I must warn you, even though I do not know a Vesper Frost, that does sound familiar. I do believe I saw your portrait plastered on the news last night. Or this morning.
Okay.
Vesper, look, says Egg as you're standing by the payphone. We're on TV, and he points to like, one of those open windows with the TV displays.
The best part is, like, I was literally about, you did read my mind there. That was really good.
Improv.
Because improv. As you do, you look up and you see not the most flattering mugshot of yourself, or any of your friends, especially Seer. It's just, very angry look on his face. But yeah, you see that, and you hear your professor go, if you are ever in town, please feel free to stop by to talk about some of your discoveries.
Will do. Thank you.
Please take care.
You too. And I just hang up.
Amazing. Do you think this will earn us support amongst the common people?
No.
No.
But the working
you
man
ever worn a
recognizes a
scarf?
struggling force, says Alpha Crash.
Have you ever?
Yes. I did one time on a cold-sworded mission on Gamma 5. The wind was howling and the snow was blowing. The
Perfect.
sleet racked my face like 1,000 blowing birds.
We're gonna go to that thrift store that we saw Samuel duck into, and let's just buy 5 scarves for each of us. It'll be like a team uniform.
Yes, we'll be the Scarf Clan.
Perfect.
This is wonderful.
Seer,
Scarf
as
Squad.
you lead Windless into this pet store, you see all sorts of manners of strange creatures just in cages all around you. And Windless goes, "This place is a lot less fun than I was expecting it to be."
Yeah, I think Seer kind of stops for a moment. Maybe he just, as he's walking over to the counter, just kind of glances over and looks at one of the pathetic-looking creatures contained in one of these cages. I'm picturing just like giant alien wombat thing with just big eyes just peering back up at him.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a moment of quiet introspection before striding over towards the counter.
Sir, what can I do for you? This guy does not look at you after he looks at your face, your helmet, and he's just like, nope, down.
Oh, sorry. Just to let you know, for recording's sake, I'm going to try the voice mod thing again. Just let me know, guys, if you can hear this at all.
Testing. La-di-da-di-da. Is that working?
It does seem to be working a little better.
I'm gonna say, it does both. I can hear your voice and the voice mod voice, which undercuts the voice mod.
Cool. All right.
fair.
Then
That kind of sounds appropriate.
You think it does? Okay. I'm telling you what it sounds like. If you think it sounds appropriate.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was sounding better than what I was trying to use it last time. So if it is legible,
Yeah.
I can whirl with
It was like cutting out as a
It was
thing.
getting noise
I don't know
gated
if you
last
had to,
time
like-
was the
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Now it is
All right.
working though entirely.
All right, cool. So, Seer just walks up to the counter and says,
Beat a tracking collar meant for small animals. And
Oh,
require
it's a little harder to understand. Yeah. Tracking collar. Small animal.
yes.
Yes. Absolutely. And begins to give kind of like a tour around the store. It just goes, I'm very honored that you decided to grace us with your presence here, of course. And looks over and you know how it is. You've been to PetSmart. Just like pulls it off of the hook and goes, here you go. And it looks like it would fit around like either a small animal's neck or the wrist of a small little man.
Yeah. Great. As soon as I get it, I go, thank you.
Oh,
And I turn to walk away.
Oh, that's going to just be 25 credits. And then the door, the bell.
I'm gonna go, and as I'm walking out and hit the bell, I'm gonna turn around and just wave my hand and just erase memory of the shopkeep.
I'm running in the door as this happens.
Windless looks at you, Seer, and goes, I have a question, actually, about that,
Yes.
Seer. I don't really know much about your organization, but is everybody also gifted as well? Or the other...
Yes. It
Seems...
is a requirement for our order to be practiced in the same arts that we seek to combat.
It just seems... He looks at you. Perfectly above board. All right. Oh, Samuels.
Hey, I got you some pants. I got you both some pants. I got Seer some triple XLs to fit around his suit of armor. So, and like a big zip-up hoodie, to go around the shoulders and such. And I got you, like a children's medium, for both your sweatpants. And, the only hoodie that I had that I thought would fit you is like purple, it's got some stars on it. It's a kid's large, so here you go. Anyway, you'll cover some ground.
And
Have we left the pet store at this point? Like we were able
absolutely,
to
yeah.
walk through? Yeah.
Yep.
So I think Seer will go and nod to Samuel, goes, "Thank you." Then down to Windless and slaps the collar around the wrist, closes it up, syncs the GPS locator to his wrist suit computer.
Yeah, you gotta
Take
scan
the
the
suit.
QR code, and then.
Yep. And then just nods down to Windless, says, "There. I have spared your life. And as a result, it is still my responsibility to make sure you do not get up to trouble. I know you're capable of trouble. You may project a innocence, Windless, but you and I both know that you are capable of danger. So, now we have a way to keep track of each other.
Of course.
You will wear this, and you will be free to go wherever you like. But take it off, and I'll assume that you have decided to renege on our deal, and I must treat you as the criminal to be expunged."
I mean, I'm gonna stick with you all. That seems to be the safest decision. But of course, I understand. Yeah. All right. Absolutely. And he just kind of looks nice anyway. Kind of like a fashion statement here.
I suppose. Well, now I trust you to leave my sight. You may go wherever you like,
Matches.
Windless. Freedom is yours.
Oh, of course. I'm probably gonna go hang out with Cosmo and see if he needs any help with the dismantling of, the old ship.
Make sure you get us a good amount of credits for that scrap.
I will do my best.
You can read minds. You should be able to negotiate like a fox.
I mean, it doesn't quite work. I mean, it doesn't quite work that way. Usually, when you're negotiating with
let Samuel
someone,
have the belief. Just let Samuel think it does what it does.
Look, I just bought you a good... That pair of sweatpants cost half a credit, okay, at the Goodwill. So...
the space Goodwill.
You better... the Space Goodwill. You better get us a good deal on that metal.
Of course, I'll do everything in my power.
All right.
You all stay safe. And he looks up. He sees the television screen. Sees a picture of all of you, as wanted, and he goes, "Why didn't they include me?"
Because you are not important. Now scram.
Or maybe there's like a fifth mug shot, but it's just the top of his head because he's so short.
Yeah.
I think I'll just take a moment to imagine for a brief second pontificate on why I think Seer doesn't like Windless so much. I think he's also the one person that's shorter than Seer. So he's like, I can punch down finally.
We're all shorter than you now in your armor, though.
Yes, exactly. That's the point of getting the armor.
So
That's true. That's true.
you've not collared Seer. You collared Windless. He has taken off, and now the city is yours. Where would you like to head next?
Seer will just take a look after Windless running away and then glance back to him and goes, "Do you think I made the wrong decision?"
More is lost from indecision than wrong decision, so don't worry about it. You did something. Let's go to that black market, get some IDs. I might shave all the hair off of my body and get wigs because they have our pictures. And that's a good way to be able to change your disguise.
A question before we depart, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
We made great allies of convenience in the prison, but now we're free
Yeah.
and the time comes that we must decide what happens next. You have a contract to bring Vesper to a prearranged location. Do you intend to follow up on that contract?
I do intend to message my contact and see where they want me to take her. And with that information, I might make some more decisions. That's about as far as I'm going in my plan at the moment. I don't really trust that they want her for any good reason. Seems like she just feels like a hostage to anyone who gets her. That seems kind of lame, and I don't like that idea of happening. So, I'm just kind of against it. I'll try to stop that from happening.
Well,
Anyway.
what are your long-term goals? What drives Samuel Apoapsis beyond mercenary requests?
Well, I don't like the Empire very much. I kind of just do what I can to be a thorn in their side. And that's what I got at the moment. From there, if I could find a good target to go after, that's what I intend to do.
Very well. I would ask that you follow up with these employers of yours, for I am most interested in meeting them as well. But
Yeah.
if you believe that it is a trap, then we can plan accordingly for it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to just follow the path like they want me to every time, because that's dangerous. As I found, because then they put me in a prison, which was just a slave camp for some imperial, money-hungry bastards. So,
Yes, I was greatly
Anyway.
disappointed by the Eye of the Tyrant as well. I was
Yeah.
led to believe that it was a center for the Empire's prison facilities, but also a place of rehabilitation and work, where those destitute may still be put to use in service of the Empire. Instead, what I witnessed was nothing more than greed and corruption overflowing through every stratus of the prison. It was disgusting.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to see a lot of that coming up. I feel like I saw a lot of that in the past. Well, anyway, let's try and get inside. This dust is killing me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Eventually, you find your way to the rusty skiff, the place where several things could happen, but most importantly, the Tarek, the ID black market salesperson, typically likes to hang out. And you walk inside, and it is it's like a rundown sports bar vibe. There are, large screens everywhere, doing highlights of races, and, different sporting events. No news channels in here. It doesn't seem as though they are super into that. They're more of like, this is a gearhead bar. This is where they come to talk and, place bets on races. You walk in.
Approach the counter.
Yeah. Bartender's a large, completely hairless, gray skinned man. You can probably imagine somebody of either goblinoid or orcish type descent. And he looks up at you, and he's a big, muscular figure, and he goes, "What brings you in?" Oh, wow, I actually gave a deep voice with the con crud.
Well, I'd like one PBR, 2 shots of whiskey, and 20 of your hottest wings, first of all. And then I got an issue right now. I lost my ID and I've been looking for a new one. You know where I can find something in town where an office might be for that?
He looks at you and he cracks his neck and he goes, "You trying to play me?"
No, not at all. Just trying to get some information here from this lovely looking place here.
I'm just gonna fold my arms, hanging over Samuel's shoulder, just staring down, giving the whole stink eye through the helmet.
Just seems really weird for you to come in here with a literal cop asking.
Literal cop?
He looks over to the Templar at your side.
I am no cop. I am far worse, and I deal with far worse. Your concerns, your crimes are of petty nature to me. My friend here seeks to do business with you. I'd like to make sure that happens.
All right. Well,
sorry, just a tiny little paw reach out. Glance up to PK's chest.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah, that's how it goes for me.
He looks over.
Let me blow my nose real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Oddly silent nose blowing.
It's good. It's good. The magic of technology.
He looks over and he goes, "Hey, Derek, I think these ones are for you here." And you see a little squirrely guy. He's kind of got a lot of like insectoid type features to him, and he's very like shaky. And he goes, "Who sent you?"
Cosmo told us that we might be able to find somebody here who could help us get some paperwork.
Oh, all right. Come with me. And he like takes you over to this back booth, and like shuts this little like privacy door, and he goes, "All right, what can I get for you?"
There's 5 of us. We've got a need to get passage off the planet and heading in towards Atrosia. Yeah, there's not all 5 of us here right now. Don't worry about it. And we need to get passage off the planet, get new IDs so we can get past any guard patrols or postings or watch things like that.
All right, well,
how much is that going to run us?
You want to run off planet. That makes things a little bit more expensive, because that's got to get past the the big guys, the big check, the big Imperial scans. You want to make sure that, of course, any identification that you get is going to hold up, which means that you don't need a fake identification. No. You need a real identification. You need an identification that just so happens to have a new identity that, it's going to get real in there. And so because of that, that's going to be a little bit more expensive. And it's probably going to be somewhere around, he looks at you and he starts, and then he pulls out a second set of hands and begins to count on his fingertips. He goes, it's about 1,000 credits each. But because Cosmo sent you, I can probably do that for 700 credits each. Now, you got to remember, I have to get in with my contacts at the government building here. We're going to have to take some new identification photos. We're going to have to do a lot. We're going to have to really make sure that you really, I'm slowly becoming freaking, anyways.
I can't help but picture this dude licking his own eyeballs while he's
Oh, absolutely. He's all over the place. And he's just like, we need to take pictures. You'll have to bring your buddy, your fifth buddy over. He looks up at the big Templar and he goes, I don't really know what to do about you.
You can get out of that armor.
With great difficulty, yes.
All we'd have to do is take the mask off. Get the mask off, do a little touch up on the photos. Maybe, it'll be great. Everything will turn out really, really well. And he's just like, I can do this. Absolutely.
So the big hoodie's okay?
Oh, yeah, of course. And who cares? As long as your face is visible and they can look at it and they go, oh, yeah, that's you, you're fine. But like I said, I need to get in contact with my guys at the government office. I'm going to have to get, all of the special materials, make sure that it's printed on site. And then I could get it for all of you. It'll be perfect. It'll be wonderful.
Yes, that's 3,500 credits.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Great. I consult our party inventory. How much gold do we have? How many credits do we got?
You probably have about 1,000 credits.
All right. Well, you get started on that. I've got 500 credits up front, and we'll have the other 3,000 when you're ready. When you're done.
It's very much one of those situations where, his top arms are doing the twisting of the hands, but also his bottom arms are also doing the twisting of the hands. So it's just like two sets of arms, and he's like, fantastic. Wow.
What are you doing, Wazowski?
There we go.
That's the character.
That's what it is, yeah.
This guy's absolutely played by Steve Buscemi in the live-action adaptation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And not like a CGI Steve Buscemi, like just
no,
Steve
it's just Steve Buscemi. They just copy and paste his arms down. Well, fantastic. I can get you those probably by the end of the week, as long as you have the money. If you don't have the money yet, don't worry. I'll hold on to them for as long as you need me to hold on to them. If you need help getting some money, or if you want to find some jobs, well, there's the bounty board. Of course, there's skiff races if you're any good at piloting, and just random odd jobs with anybody and everybody that you can.
Thank you, Derek.
Tarek.
Tarek with a T?
Yeah, with a T.
Okay. Well, Tarek, thank you. We're gonna probably be in here for another about 30 minutes while I drink this beer and have these hot wings, waiting on our friends to show up.
So what brings you to
Is there like a cool gun
Judah?
store nearby?
Oh, I mean, there's a couple of cool gun stores, but if you're looking for like the good guns, right? If you're looking for, with your current predicament and all that, I recommend a couple places. There's a place called the Black Hole. I know it's on the right on the nose, but it's just a place where things go to get lost and also purchased.
That's pretty smart for a black market name. All right, cool. We'll check out the Black Hole. Thank you.
He just sits there. He's just like, huh? Oh,
You can get up our booth now.
oh, this is my.
I think we came to Bevan's booth.
Oh, all right, and he just opens up his door and he steps out. Yeah, you guys are alone in the booth, and it doesn't take long for your food to be delivered to you either. And of course, you have this nice privacy gate that you can close in case you need to have conversations.
In this old sports bar.
Yeah, in this old sports bar.
I like it's just Samuel eating like hot wings and beer and whiskey, and then just on the other side, just Seer on this kind of front page just hoodie that's just Like, I imagine the hoodie's
Giant.
gonna be squishy, too. Like, I just imagine, like, folding arms, just hear, like, a...
Yeah.
So this is what Egg and Vesper walked in on.
So yeah, over there, I just
I
got
wanted to do, like, a
handbag
little-
over.
I want to do a little vignette of like Egg and Vesper going scarf shopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like standing in the store looking at different scarves. Egg's like wrapping one around his head, and he's finishing off an anecdote. So Phi Crash said, "Don't do that. That's a ham." And we all laughed. What about you, Vesper? Do you You haven't said anything about your family.
I don't... I'm sorry. My family's not as close as you and the Crash Clan are.
No?
She's
Why
just
not?
like very sadly putting a scarf on.
Oh dear. Do you not like each other?
It's just I went a different path, I guess, and now I've gone a really completely different path. And I'm realizing that I'm buying a scarf to hide my identity. Egg, I think I'm going to have a breakdown in this thrift store. Can we buy these scarves and go?
Alpha Crash used to say, when the time comes to break down, you've got to feel it all around. Come. He just grabs like just 5 scarves off the rack.
Yeah, let's
I do not know where people on this planet go for secluded weeping.
Oh.
Get back to the sports bar.
Chicken wing. I'll say eventually you two do find your way over to the sports bar and do join your friends. And as you're all sitting there having probably the best meal that you've had in a while. I mean, Vesper, you were only there for like a couple weeks. So, and most of the food you had was through a tube during your coma. So, you know, yeah, it's good bar food, right? And good bar food's good for the soul.
I picked out these scarves for you guys. You've got a hoodie.
We're the Scarf Clan now.
Good job, sir.
Oh. Thank you.
Sounds excellent. You seem like you're suffering from some sort of allergic reaction, Vesper. Is the planet's climate disagreeable with you?
Nay,
Unfortunate.
Vesper is experiencing emotional distress. I believe we
Oh.
may need to converge in a form of emotional support.
Oh, here you go. I slide over a shot.
Knock it back.
Vesper, would you like a Scarf Clan hug?
Yes, Egg, I would very much like a Scarf Clan hug.
Very good.
Egg will just, like, in an almost dutiful fashion, just, like, give Vesper a big bear hug. And pat her on the back and say, shh, there. Everything will be all right.
As you comfort your friend, Winless eventually shows up as well and joins you all in the booth because, of course, Seer did say we have a meeting place, and therefore it was implied that it was a required or requirement. And you sit there, and Egg, you're comforting Vesper. Samuels, you look up at the screen and you see a face that you probably never expected to see again. In fact, from your home world. There was a pretty up-to-do family. This guy is kind of the worst, you know. When you think of people who participate in the system, that was his family. And you see on the television a skiff pilot by the name of Orson Mounzer.
So, we've got an issue. We need to get about 3,000 credits. We need to get about 3,000 credits to pay off this Tyrant guy to make our fake IDs, and I think we should probably take it and maybe try one of these skiff races out. I think there's some money to be made in them. I just kind of had my eyes locked on the TV the whole time, just looking at this interview of this pretty boy who uses his parents' money to just go and race his dumb little cars across the sand dunes. Just gonna look out and just going, yeah.
Big Seer offers kind of a shrug of the shoulders, goes, I admit I'm very unfamiliar with the concept of working for pay. Duty as part of the Templars is considered a duty. That is that. But I feel my
Don't
talents
worry.
might be served with the bounty board. It should be similar enough to the work that I did as a Templar. So perhaps we split up and attempt to each make funds in our own way. Are you all right, Sam?
What was that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, most people who race these kind of skiffs, they don't know how to work for pay either. They haven't ever worked a day in their life. Anyway, bounty board, you're saying you think you might go there?
See what is available. It's similar enough to my own work. But I think
Yeah.
the skiff race sounds a fabulous idea for two of the best pilots in the galaxy.
Two of them.
Me? Who? Me and,
Vesper
you?
was quite adamant that Vesper was
Oh.
capable at piloting.
Yes. Vesper, how you think you could handle some skiff piloting?
Vespa just looks up. At this point, she's just kind of done this and looks up and just tears.
Samuel, can't you see Vesper doesn't need this pressure right now? It's so sad. She never knew her family.
What? No, she knew her family.
No.
She knows her
They were
family.
never close.
Okay, well. I mean, that's sad, but I don't think it's a tragedy.
I'm just coming to
Did
the
you not know
realization
yours,
that
Samuel?
I can't go home.
You can... Yeah, that is a bummer. I remember that. I figured that out.
It's a
It was...
bummer.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
Oh, a bummer! A bummer upon us all.
Yeah. It's a real bummer, I'd say. That's the way we put it around here, I think.
We must make a new home, a scarf home, to keep all of you within a new family.
Keep us our fashionable and warm family. Held together with yarn.
Windlass is just scarfing down chicken wings.
Hey.
You were gonna say he's like wrapping himself up in a scarf.
Oh no, he
Scarfing.
He has a giant plate of scarves that he's eating like spaghetti. He's got a big fork. He's just spinning it.
No, he's got knitting needles.
Yeah, good.
Years
Very
of prison
good.
food changes a man.
Yeah, oh, it really does.
In prison, we had to eat scarves.
I think Cyril will put a hand on the table and come to a rise position and kind of look down at Vesper and says, I understand your distress is overwhelming. But if I may offer something, I think Egg is right. You must replace that pain with something else. In my case, I found
Yes,
the best
love.
recourse for love.
I was gonna say vengeance and hatred.
That or purpose. A plan.
We all have very different views of the world, apparently.
Yes, and that is what shall give us strength. You know, we are a well-rounded little team. But you must not give in to despair.
So are we staying together? It just seemed like you were gonna go off and do something, and Egg wants to go find his family, and Samuel wants to bring me to some hostage situation.
That is irrelevant to
yeah.
our current problem. The current problem is credits to get off this planet, and this I intend to accomplish with you all. I intend to accomplish great and terrible things with all of you in time. Right now, we must stay focused and work as a team. But that does not mean we need to necessarily walk in each other's shadows if it will further diminish what we bring to the table.
Do the things really
In
have
this
to be terrible?
in this moment, Egg is looking up at Seer, like he's also like hunched over at the table, like in a way he has only ever looked up. Maybe there's even like a flash to him looking up the same way at Alpha Crash as a young boy, but now he's looking up at Seer the same way.
And the hoodie's got like a big like cartoon unicorn on it. And it's just like barely like the zippers straining from trying to fit over the armor. And Seer's just looking around and finally settles the gaze upon Egg and goes, as Alpha Crash would often say, each tree grows tallest standing on its own, but our roots grow intertwined together under the soil.
You read the book?
I had to, as part of my studies on how to capture and kill the Crash Clan.
Wow.
I finished the foreword, and I hold up the thoughts on republicanism. I started it while I was eating. I got some wing sauce
That
on
was
the
written-
pages.
That was written by Sigma Crash. Egg looks away out the window as a solemn little flute tune plays.
Wow.
Seer.
Hey, Vesper.
Oh.
Vesper, can I ask you something? Do you know, you got really you seem like, do you know where to make a phone call in this town? I gotta go call the people who might want to take you hostage and see what their plans are.
Down the street and to the left.
Alright, thank you.
It's never
I'll be back.
stopped coming for Vesper, my god.
Seer, you would know that bounties are readily available in an online format. That the bounty board is more of like a planet specific like bounty website for people who are on this world, and on each
Craigslist.
world that you would go to. It's essentially Craigslist for not Craigslist for bounty hunters. So
I
oh
think
boy.
Seer will still dramatically stand up and say, if you excuse me, I am off to peruse the bounty board to see what quarry I may capture for our purposes. And he'll go and dramatically walk off and go stand in the corner and grab his computer.
Yeah,
Egg, does
absolutely.
Seer
Kind of like-
have to always
it's kind of
be
like
so
shoving them.
angry?
I mean, it's
I've known many people in my life who are driven not by rage but by passion. Alpha Crash used to say, "What is rage but a genuflection of a man's own will?" I'm not
Yeah.
sure what genuflection means.
I think it's like a thrusting forward.
Is it not a genuine reflection?
All I know is there's passion fruit, but there isn't rage fruit. That's important to remember.
Might be
on the wrong
somewhere in the
planets, then.
galaxy. Yeah.
The Crash Clan grows rage fruit. It
Really?
explodes.
Oh, you
Yes.
were just talking about how you got like something, what, you make bombs in something you call the greenhouse?
No, absolutely. I
No,
believe
it
that
grows-
these people grow rage fruit.
It grows on a small shrub. I tended to it for 5 years as part of my apprenticeship.
What?
You can tell it's ripening
If
when
you
it starts
if you
screaming.
handle it, if you handle it carefully, you can eat it. It tastes kind of bitter with a sweet aftertaste, like a passion fruit.
Does it? You know what? That's fine. That's That's great. That's great, Crash. That's great.
Seer, if you want to take notes on what you do find. There
I love
are
fucking notes.
3 prominent bounties. The first one is for Valara Zenthur. I'll copy and paste the name for you. But they are 32, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds, and human. And their crimes include petty theft, interstellar piracy, smuggling, illegal contraband, sabotaging of government installations, and high-stakes robbery of corporate entities. They kind of sound like a hero to me. I don't know, but that's... but not to Seer, and that's what matters.
The Seer, that sounds like paycheck. Excellent.
There you go. The next one is going to be Reinar Vox. Reinar Vox is 7.5 feet tall. It doesn't list his species or race, but it does list his weight as 350 pounds. Vox is mostly murder, just lots and lots of violent murder. Is his crimes, and finally,
I'm just
Celine.
picturing just like scrolling down. It's just like vehicular murder, murder the weapon, murder the tool, murder with fists.
Yeah, it's just
murder
like,
at the
man,
space
this
station.
guy's creative. And then, of course, you do find one more for a Celine Ravos, another human, 28, 5'9", 141 pounds. Basically, this is a lot of Grand Theft Auto, but space Grand Theft Auto. So ship stealing. Basically, just going for joyrides and stuff. That one's a little bit more minor. I did forget to tell you...
Grand Theft Astro.
Grand Theft Astro sounds amazing.
Beautiful.
I will say all of these bounties average to about 1,500 credits total.
Altogether, or
Altogether.
just each one?
The first two
Okay.
are a little bit... well, no, sorry. The first two are the ones that are like the higher bounties. The last one is going to be kind of the least important bounty. Essentially, it's
The
like
appetizer.
yeah, exactly. The here's a little bit of extra,
right.
and it gives you some general locations of where they were last seen in the Undercity and that kind of stuff.
All right. I think once Seer gets that information, he'll return back to the table, share the little data pad that he's got with the others, and go, if you want to work on the Skiff race, I'll be pursuing these bounties. If you have need of me, we have each other's contact information.
This man is a very creative murderer. How did he do that with toast?
I don't know. I intend to find out.
Toast. Sometimes you could just never mind. It happens. I was just like, how do you murder someone with toast? And I was just like, maybe a really bad gluten allergy.
You know what? I bet the cops showed up on the scene. They saw him dead. They saw a thing of toast on the counter. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll just write it up. That's funny.
That was 100% toast.
It was 100% the toast.
100%.
This guy was toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A toast to murder.
To murder. As you
Murder she toast.
as you all kind of walk out of this booth, you see a bunch of people have crowded around a television. or a screen, and they are all cheering on. And one of them says, "Mounds completely undefeated this season. It's crazy." And others go, "Yeah, well, he's gonna get his comeuppance. They always do. Nobody sticks around forever." And basically just a bunch of, sports bar banter. People, there's retired skiff racers in here. And, what would you like to do, Samuel, in order to kind of figure out what's what?
Well, I know we've got Cosmo, who wants us to join the skiff races and race for his team, and he'll pay us for that, and we could probably get enough money to get out that way, or at least get a pretty good paycheck for that. So I think I'm planning to go back there, but at first I'm gonna join the group at the bar watching the TV, watching the race. I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna say, "So did y'all see that ludicrous display last night?"
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Vanity, she just absolutely disrespected the competition, but of course, frickin' Mounser, comes out and disables her skiff. Honestly, she should have won. That's what I think.
So, Mounser's on planet right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's... Okay. Great. That's good to hear. And he's how long is the race series going on here?
It's kind of a pickup game kind of thing. It's
Okay.
Everyone's still kind of getting into their qualifiers for a lot of the big galactic races going on. So probably for the next 3 weeks, there should be some pickup races. Everybody's trying to wow the sponsors right now is the big thing.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. Well, thank you for that. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, good luck on whatever you're betting on, I suppose. But don't really, Mounser. He's no good.
That's what I say. I don't know. He seems kind of like a baller to me.
Yeah, well, you seem kind of like a tool, dude.
Whoa. Yeah, listen here. I'm gonna need you to make a check on that
Bar fight.
Yeah. So this is going to be, people are.
I got influencing minds.
You do have influencing minds. That is true.
I'm trained in that. Is that considered being mean?
I'll allow you to make it an influencing minds
Hooray.
roll. This is going to be a difficulty 4. The dude seemed rather upset. The other guy did not seem super upset. The other guy seemed to be more on your side with it.
All right, so this is a 4, you say?
Yep.
Submit difficulty 4. I'm going to expend an effort here. Ooh, I could do 2 efforts. I'm pretty healthy right now. I'm going to do 2 effort, which will cost me 3 points from my pool, I believe.
Oh, fantastic. He definitely has one of those situations where he is going to he's ready to talk back.
Boom.
And he looks at you and he just goes, I don't know. He goes to step forward, but his buddy just does the nice little hey, come on, bud. We're gonna calm down. It's not that big of a deal. All right. And he's
Yeah. I take my shot and I walk off as this guy's grumbling down anyway. I got my info. I just wanted one little jab in there before I left.
Absolutely. So that Cosmo's got a skiff that is his team skiff. It's currently in pieces from the last users of it, and he is putting it together for you. What other research or preparation would you like to do to kind of figure out your way around the circuit?
I think I would go and examine the racetrack and get a feel for turns and terrain, things like that. Just
Yeah.
kind of get that idea going.
So you, it's not far from here, right? Obviously, a place called the Rusty Skiff is going to be located as close to, one of the sanctioned racetracks as possible, and it's kind of interesting. So these skiffs, they do fly, but they don't. They kind of scrape along the ground with like a bit of a wheel kind of thing, and there are situations where like they jump and like the terrain is very varied, right? There's spots where like you're on dirt track, there's spots where you're kind of like going through a cityscape with past hotel rooms and stuff like that with shielding, so that way people can watch. It's this course looks fairly easy without too many difficult, easy to spot issues. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the course, that is going to require a roll.
Yeah, if I can get some sort of role of just kind of understanding and just, I don't know what I'm looking for exactly, but just to...
Yeah. Let's go with...
I've got this ability called Understanding, which I observe or study a creature or object. And my next interaction with that object gains 1 asset.
Absolutely.
That's usually, I think, a little slower, but I think that can just kind of apply to the racetrack.
Yeah. Definitely. Go ahead, and we're going to make this a piloting StarCraft roll.
Sure.
As well. Excuse me.
The difficulty?
Yeah, the difficulty of this
Finish your water.
track is a difficulty 5.
Mhm.
Or, sorry, 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah. I had to rebalance things after doing some playtesting.
Yeah. All right, so the 6, I'm trained in piloting StarCraft. I've got my my asset from Understanding a little bit, I think. And I can apply an effort for piloting. Is that a speed roll? What is? I think that's
Yep,
speed.
it is a speed
Yeah,
roll.
speed roll. So
But
I'll
it's
apply
essentially
1
using
effort.
your knowledge of piloting.
Yeah.
More of like a reactionary thing than it is about a knowledge thing. Failure. Unfortunately,
Dang.
you
7. I needed a 9.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where like you're looking at the track and like everything seems up to snuff. You think you've got a pretty good understanding of all of the twists and turns and any hazards that may be on the track.
Yeah. I think I go out there and look at it and just kind of being like, okay. I was hoping when I got out here and saw it that I'd be able to glean more information, but it's like a racetrack.
Yep.
Great. Go on back.
Absolutely.
I never done skiff race. I don't know what I was looking for.
Absolutely. All right. What are you? You wanted to make a phone call while you were out here. So
Yeah, I need to call the whoever I need to call.
Yep. Your contact over with Black Star.
Pull out my little card, flip it over, punch in the number on the back, the radio frequencies or whatever that I need to. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Hello.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic messaging service.
No, instead, you've got it's a rebel organization. It's a secret organization of some kind. So you get a manufacturing company's voicemail, and it says Starlong Manufacturing, sorry we couldn't take your call, but if you could please let us know the nature of your business, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And you would know at this point it is at this point is when you would give kind of the code word, and the code word is going to be Rising Star.
Yeah, I'm looking for one of those Rising Star laser rifles. Anyway, you can call me back here at this number. Thank you. Bye. Click.
Yep. You click, and then almost immediately the phone begins to ring as soon as you set it down, and goes, "So, Agent, what news you got? We saw word of your escape, but you didn't show up at the agreed upon meeting point."
Yeah, I wasn't able to get a call out and find out the. Anyway, things went wrong. Things went south a little bit. Where you want us to meet you now? And we need about 3,000 credits to get off this planet we're on.
What planet are you on? We can always come to you.
No, that's okay. We're okay on that one. We need to know where we're going. We need to get back to we're trying to get back to my ship, and then we'll meet you. We'll go from there.
All right.
That's our plan. So yeah, we just need you can wire us that money. We'll be getting there within a month, probably. You know, within a few weeks. Where you need us to be.
This is very unusual. Listen, the target is of utmost importance. She has information that we desperately are seeking. I don't.
Well, why don't you just tell me what it is, and I'll ask her about it, and then I can just call you back, and you'll get it much faster.
All right. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna necessarily cut it.
Well, look here, man. I mean, it's not too much of a problem. It's really it. You just gotta tell me it. I'll do up to Vesper. I'll ask her about it. I'm start using my ability fast talk on him, where I try to convince him to do one reasonable action and tell me what he wants to know. Get a little more from this guy.
So fast talk. For those who don't know, when speaking with an intelligent creature who can understand you and isn't hostile, you convince a creature to take one reasonable action in the next round. A reasonable action must be agreed upon by the GM. It should not put the creature or its allies in obvious danger or be wildly out of character, which is definitely fine. And so he's like, listen, there's some historical information about the galaxy that we're looking for. I know that seems weird, but the planet that she was picked up on,
Yeah,
there was no quarantine.
obviously.
And we happened to show up when she was leaving. We didn't know that she was there. Unfortunately, the Empire was able to prevent us from gathering any of the information, the crucial intel that we were looking for.
Okay.
Just did stuff to, throw sand in the eyes of the narrative of the Empire. Some Atrosian supremacy like questioning.
Yeah, you found proof of the terrible things that the Empire commits and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean,
No.
makes
I don't
sense.
think you
So-
understand. The Empire says that all life originated on Atrosia. All intelligent life.
Well, yeah, it did.
No. We're fairly certain it did not. We're fairly certain that your little prize.
The little what?
That sounds
creepy,
terrible.
dude.
Sorry, that was a horrible way to describe anybody. Never
person.
describe anyone as a prize.
no,
Your target.
That's great.
Listen, your
God,
target,
tell me a little crap.
if she is with you still,
Oh my God.
has information that questions the narrative of the Empire.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll ask her about the about what she knows. Thank you. And where you want us to meet you at?
Listen, things have been a little bit crazy since since you all took off.
Yeah.
Meet
We're
us
thinking about heading to Atrosia. You know, we're thinking we might go there.
You're gonna take her to the seat of the empire, where her family lives.
Yeah. It.
Yeah, put it that
I'm
way.
par-
It doesn't sound
my
like a
ship-
great plan.
My ship is parked in a yard on one of the moons near Atrosia. I gotta go get it. We gotta go, and
All right.
Vesper's got her ship over
Yep.
at Atrosia as well. Then
We can meet you. We can meet you on Atrosia. We do
we
have.
can meet at the parking garage where my ship's at. It'll be very clandestine.
All right, one of the moons of Atrosia. Got it. Do what you can. Make it speedy. Unfortunately, all of our funds are a little bit frozen at the moment.
There it is. There it is. That's why you've been just talking about this other stuff. You didn't want to tell me you didn't have any money to send me.
I mean, I'll pay you on delivery.
Oh, no, I know
Physically.
that. I understand. Yeah, you can't transfer them across the galaxy right now. Okay,
Yep.
well, we'll find our own way off the planet. Seems like I always got to do that.
Be safe. We're going to do our best to throw some smoke over the current news broadcasts. Let's just say they're not going to be thinking about a few escapees for very much longer.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool. What are you going to blow up?
I don't know. The Crash Clan's going to do it for us.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll let Omega know about that.
Yeah. Why did you leave the station with an entourage?
Well, it was hard. It's a tough job breaking out of that prison. We needed help, and they were around.
Look, we're doing a podcast. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, honestly,
just a group
it was
thing.
just. Yeah.
All right. Listen.
Sometimes you find people who need him for a job. I couldn't kill all of them. I never worked alone before, so figured why work alone now?
All right. Well,
There are people with
listen,
skills in that place.
we hire you for your judgment, so
That's
your judgment's
that's
yours. And he goes, just
Yeah.
keep the target safe. We really do need the information.
Oh yeah, she's a real prize. All right.
It was I
Goodbye.
misspoke. Click. All right. So while Samuel is making this phone call, what are the rest of you doing? Because the rest of you had not left the bar. Where would you like to go?
Egg is still sitting at the bar, and he's like, Alpha Crash says, the riches of the powerful come through the means of production.
I mean,
We need to find a factory.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna steal the factory, or is there money in the factory?
Do we
I
have to
think both.
make money through crimes?
How else do you make money?
Aren't we criminals?
I think Sierra's gonna like look in on this whole thing and then finally look over to Vesper, who's clearly having a breakdown, and he's just like, Vesper, would you care to accompany me on my tasks? I could use your expertise in tracking down these bounties.
Tracking down dangerous people
Yes, think
who've
of it
murdered
like,
people with toast.
yes, think of it like archaeology, but for people.
Okay, I could probably.
You know,
Yeah.
we probably have bounties on us. Maybe we should turn ourselves in. But wait, then how would we collect the bounty?
Do you think they would hold it in account until we get back out of prison? No?
You're a genius, Winter.
Thanks. Thank you. Absolutely. Samuel, you make it back to your friends in the middle of this absolutely insane conversation.
What are y'all talking about?
Money. I've just had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Although It's probably not going to work. I mean, like, I did have an account, but it's probably been frozen. Did they freeze prisoners' accounts? I've
Absolutely.
lost everything, haven't I?
Yes. You are destitute. You
Yeah.
must build
There,
yourself
there.
back up from square one, which is why I'm
I don't
suggesting
know how
let's
to
get a
do
start on
that.
this.
How do you
If
do
you try
that?
and check it, they'll track you to this planet, and then we'll be have a problem.
I mean, you could always
Okay.
do what they always told me to do back on the Troja. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, which for me, and he he grabs his boot laces and like just begins to float. They don't like this answer. Drops back down.
What the hell's going on here?
We're just having a good time. I'm like 6
I
drinks
believe
in.
Vesper has a solution
Oh.
to our problem.
Yes, Vesper. What's the solution? What'd you come up with while I was?
If I had access to my accounts, to anything that I owned, then sure, I could probably do something. But I'm basically a nobody now, so
Don't you
feeling
have
pretty good.
anybody sympathetic in your family?
I don't. Maybe I could talk to Isadora, but I don't know if I could get a hold of her. And they're probably, if I've escaped and if my face is plastered on those screens, they're probably going to be tracking my family's phone calls.
Tell me,
Um,
Vesper, are you anything without the Frost family?
I'm a really good archaeologist.
Great. Let us work with that then. Ignore your family. They are nothing now.
That's right. We're your family.
Oh
I
dear.
didn't say that. That is assuming familiarity we don't have yet.
He assumed it.
Yes.
Did have a
Scarfs unite.
friend that I grew up with who is a pilot. Who's not Samuel.
I was gonna say you
Yeah,
grew up with
I'm-
Samuel, but then I remembered there's multiple pilots in the galaxy, so that makes sense.
No.
There's a few, yeah.
He's captain of his own ship and he does vary things to different trading hubs, but I don't think, is this planet any sort of, I've never heard of this planet, I'll be honest. I would have never come here.
I mean, it's a lovely place. A little
Is it?
dusty. I mean,
It's not the worst place.
The crime rates are about average for an Imperial world.
yeah.
I like their architecture.
Well, I mean, I suppose if we wanted to do work and earn some money, perhaps I could contact my friend and see if he could potentially help us. And we wouldn't have to look for a ship then, but I don't know how easily he'd be able to do this.
Yeah. Well, we could do this skiff race. There's that. That's some money.
We could also
I don't know
bet
how much we
on
wanna
some
do it.
skiff races. I mean, that
That's always a good idea.
Nonsense. Alpha Crash says, gambling is how the rich control the funds of the poor,
oh.
amongst many other things.
Gambling is also a way that a family that was close to mine growing up lost all of their money and lost all status, so
That sounds like a government
wouldn't-
conspiracy to me, a cover up. He's just getting like super tipsy at this point.
What if we robbed the
Do we have to do
gambling
crime?
hall?
do we have to do crime?
No, well, I'm off for. We got a race that we can race in.
Right,
That's
so
a
you do
legit job.
You do the race. I'm gonna
Okay.
go help Seer with
Do
his
the race.
murder collections.
Seer, I actually might want you on the race with me. There's a competitor in there, and I don't want him to finish it. I don't want him to finish the race. So I could use you as a gunner kind of vibe, but with your brain.
I think,
Are you allowed to gun
honestly,
people in
Egg
these
might be
races?
better solution for that. I do not feel I will be a great asset on the skiff race. As you may have noticed,
Okay.
this suit of armor is many things. Aerodynamic is not one.
As far as the
Yes.
skiffs go,
I was trained for
oh, continue.
I was trained for 2 years in the art of sabotage.
Oh yeah,
That's some
That
sort of
sounds-
martial
Yes.
arts.
sounds mysterious. Yeah.
As far as the skiff racing goes,
You know, it's when you make a machine malfunction. Sabotage?
sabotage.
I've done that a few times. Yeah.
The skiff it is a 4-person team. Basically, you have somebody who is doing it's similar to space combat, but instead of trying to just survive, you are trying to win and go fast. And so essentially you have somebody who is heading up their weapons, somebody who is heading up the keeping the thing running, and then somebody who is driving, and somebody who is attempting to navigate, kind of in a rally car race kind of situation. They're reading the real-time map and data of the course off to the pilot.
Okay, so if it's 4-person team, then I guess we gotta do it.
I mean, Windless could always go, but then the Seer's just off being bounty hunter by himself, and but
If we get to attack someone, I don't want it to be super obvious that I'm blowing up some competitor's skiff.
that does makes
Question.
yes. Oh wait, yes.
Is there anyone in the skiff race who has a bounty on them?
That's a good question.
Well, us.
Yeah, technically, 4.
It all comes back to us.
Always
There's
does.
a guy named Mounser.
Yes,
There's a guy named Mounser.
Is this the person that you wish to see fail the race? What is your predicament with this person?
He profited while my people starved, so I don't like him. I really don't like him a lot. That's about. It's kind of the long and short of it there.
Did he profit directly
Alpha
from
Crash
your
used to
people
say-
starving, or simply flourished when they failed?
No, he profited directly from it. While we were starving, he shipped food off planet. While 30% of my population died from starvation. So, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Why don't you just confront this guy, knock him out, and then go win the skiff races while he's knocked out? This
But
sounds
that's
like crime.
that would be a crime.
This sounds like crime.
Sounds like
Don't
a
do
crime,
that.
Vesper.
Don't do that.
No, that's
Yeah, it's a little.
Acknowledge that we have passed the pale, and there is no crime now beyond our reach.
We've already broken out
True.
of prison, so we're above it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll do here is we'll split the party momentarily, as we continue off into 2 different directions. Samuel and crew can go and sign up for a skiff race under Cosmo's team, and of course Seer and Vesper can go track down one of these bounties. Which one would you like to go for first?
It would be a nice afternoon bounty. I feel like because we had to nab somebody and then show up for the skiff race. But I kind of want to go after the Rhinox guy, Reinar Vox, the murderer,
Yeah,
Toast murderer?
just-
the toast
the
murderer.
toast murderer. Yeah, let's get that off our plate first.
Seer and Vesper, you are heading down to some of the lower parts of the city, where a lot of the criminals typically gather. What would you like to do? As you kind of take it's funny because it's almost like lower elements of the city are literally in the lower elements. In fact, you have to kind of take an elevator down, because underneath the city is where a lot of the mining operations and various things go on. So people have kind of begun to overtake the tunnel systems and set up shop and businesses and kind of like squat in these areas. What would you like to do as you walk through a very heavily recycled air corridor? It's very similar to the smell that you experience on the Eye of the Tyrant.
Yeah. Xer just has his arms behind his back as he's walking. He's still trying to cut an imposing figure despite still wearing the goofy hoodie and sweatpants combo. He glances over to Vesper and goes, "All right, Vesper. This is a chance to work in what was basically my whole life up until this point, and a chance for you to get to practice your skills far away from the Eye of the Tyrant. We have a quarry to discover, and a whole city bristling with clues as to how we might go about this. How would you recommend we proceed?"
Oh, you want me to track this guy? I mean,
Think
I'm
about
used to
it.
tracking dead things.
Well, this man will soon be dead.
Oh, wait. Do we kill him in the bounty? Is that what we're meant to do?
Forget that. Focus on the task in front of us.
Well, what do we have then? I'm sorry, I didn't read your bounty. Do you have any information to go off of?
Yes, they're a large individual, most likely inhuman, with a prodigious murder record, and are currently hiding out somewhere in this city. I imagine that they would have a difficult time hiding themselves from view, and they most likely need to be relying upon associates to keep them sheltered. So we need to find out where they're hiding, and, potentially, what they're doing as their cover within the city. I think Seer is just speaking with the patience of a teacher. He's just trying to, egg Vesper on, in his way, this is healing.
That's right.
Well, I suppose the best thing to do would be, to figure out where he lives first, and then we can kind of go from there. Dating things that are thousands of years dead might be a little bit different from dating things that are a week old, but I'm sure there's something that we could potentially learn if we could figure out where he lives.
Very well.
Phrasing, just terrible phrasing on that one. But anyway,
Very well.
you do have
We can
problem
consult somebody.
solving as a trained skill, Vesper. How would you like to use that?
I suppose with any sort of information that I could glean from how a larger man might live, kind of look for places problem solving wise to
As of the past few months, I have a lot of experience living with larger men. I can give you tips on what they would need for dietary concerns.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
where would they go? That's what I wanted. Larger men, like Egg. Would he tend to be on, lower level places? And if so, how
Well, let
big
us
is
also
this
put
place?
ourselves in his shoes. He is a wanted man, and most likely he is aware of the bounty on his head. So, he is in a similar position to us. Let us apply that frame of mind to our investigation.
Okay.
And as you're walking through this, It's strange, right? It's like there's little market stalls and like people kind of coming up to you, and then they see you specifically, see her, and they're like, "Oh, nope." But somebody approaches you, Vesper, and goes, "Hey, you're looking kind of tired. You need a little bit of a pick me up, something to heal them bruises and make you feel real good."
Is this drugs?
I mean,
Yes.
that's not drugs, but don't worry, they're perfectly safe. They're definitely approved by the Empire for use. It's just they fell off a truck.
No. No, thank you.
All right, and he just takes out like an inhaler. His pupils just go wide. He's like, "All right, well, see ya." And
I'm gonna reach out and grab him by the top of the head
yep. Oh, hey there.
and just kind of spin him around and shove him up against I don't know, the nearest firm structure that I can find.
Oh,
Coast wall.
sorry. Did I offend you? I didn't mean to.
No, we're looking for this man. And I go and show off this
Yeah.
computer.
Oh, you've never seen that man before in my entire life.
I would like to press the interrogation nonetheless, see if he's got anything. I am skilled in discerning the truth and piercing falsehoods.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll for this. This is not going to be a hard one. This is going to be a level 3.
Yeah, fair enough if he's probably got nothing to know. I'm just pushing him. That was a 17 on the die to beat a difficulty 6.
Absolutely. He's like, all right, fine. Yeah, he's down in some of the lower levels. He's a big guy. You're gonna start seeing some gray dust around. That's him. He's kind of a boulder of a man, really. He's huge.
Is he alone?
No. He's got usually at least one other person with him at all times. But they every now and then there's a couple others.
You know if he's on contract? Is he working for someone right now?
He doesn't really like to work for nobody. He typically likes to be in charge as much as he possibly can. He doesn't really have the fortitude for it. But you should be able to find him. No problem. Honestly, his guys are kind of a pushover.
Thank you very much.
In fact, some of
Go back to
these
school. I give him just a
quality narcotics will help. If
go back to school, and I just kind of turn him back around, give him a quick painful clench of the head, and just send him up.
Yep. All right. Yeah, people kind of look at you when you do this. Go ahead and make a intellect check, which is going to be for a perception. This is for both of you during this encounter. It is going to be a difficulty 4.
Okay. Well, that's a that's a failure on both. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Hey.
For a moment, you see someone, but you aren't able to discern any details. You just see that they kind of turn and have moved away from you quickly. We're gonna bounce over to Samuel and Egg as you are heading over to the registrar's office for getting signed up for some skiff racing.
This is great. Me and my pal Samuel and my other pal Whimper. I have a question.
Oh. Yes.
What's a skiff?
It's like they use them typically for mining in the past, but basically the miners kind of took those and they converted them over to racing vehicles, and It's just kind of like a overland vehicle, really, more than a land vehicle.
Yeah. So I think
I
I was
see.
watching the race there. They got that sail on them that catches the wind and helps them kind of glide
Yeah.
from hill to hill. And it's gonna be kind of an interesting little thing.
But we gotta go sign up in there. So, do you want me to sign up, or should you sign up, Egg? What do you think?
I can sign us up. I'll sign us up as Team Scarf.
Ooh, that's a good name. I like it. Yeah, let's go for Team Scarf. I will approach the door, open it, and hold it open for Egg and Windless to go on in.
Egg strides in, confident, head raised high as always.
You see a bunch of people standing in line, and as you walk in, Samuel, Orson Mounzer comes walking in your direction and looks at you up and down and goes, another one for the grinder, and begins to walk out.
You hear that? He said you're ready for the grinder. Is that good?
I think it's a compliment, but no, I think he meant it. I think he meant it quite rudely.
I see.
I see him walking out. I kind of turn and I take a few steps towards him, and I just stop and I go, "Let's sign up. Let's
Egg.
let's."
Well,
let's
Egg
sign up."
shouts, "Vagabond! I will not have you talking so poorly of my companion."
No, I'd
How
like to see you.
rude.
Okay.
He doesn't even turn around. It's just the blatant disrespect. Just walks right on through the doors. Yeah, he heard you. There was a slight pause in his steps, but he just releases a little bit of a chuckle and walks out. As you stand in line, eventually you do get to the desk and you see an elderly woman go, "Next."
Greetings. I am.
Hello.
Handsome, that's what you are.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, madam. I say you look delightful this day as well.
Well, if I wasn't wearing 10 pounds of makeup, you'd see me blush, honey.
We would like to sign up to race in your
Interesting.
competition.
Absolutely. Who's your team sponsor?
Our team sponsor is going to be Cosmo of Cosmo's Garage.
Oh.
I am. What was that name that I used last time? Daniel Sikowski.
Yeah, I think that's what it
I'm
was.
Daniel Sikowski.
Yes, this is my father, Daniel Sikowski. I am
and
his
this
son.
is my son. What was your name again, son?
Chipnut Sikowski.
Listen, all I need is
My son, Shipnut.
all I need to know is what team you're racing for. All right, I don't need to know any of.
We're Cosmo.
Yeah.
We're racing for Cosmo.
Absolutely. Well,
His last team died, right?
well, yeah, some of them. Kind of a sabotage
Great.
situation is what the rumors mills was saying about it, but
What?
It's pronounced Sapotagy.
Yeah, Sapotagy.
Sapotagy. What?
Where's the P?
Where's the P? Nope. Damn it. Anyway,
Sapotagy.
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 She's starting to get confused because the game master's getting confused. And she goes, listen, all right, and just first names is fine of each of your crew. That way, you know, we can have names to announce.
Yes.
You just call me Captain. then.
Daniel,
Captain's not a name.
Captain Daniel.
Captain Sikowski.
Captain Sikowski. I said first, and that's fine. Or whatever. You tall, dark, and
Chipnut.
muscular?
Chipnut.
Shipnut. All right.
Chipnut.
What about your other members?
We got Vesper and
Winifred?
Seer.
Oh, all right, all right.
No, I'm not gonna give out the real names, but it would be very fun.
Don't worry. I have as a member of the Crash Clan, I always have an ongoing list of secretive names to use in my mind. Their names are Esper and Deer.
All right, Esper and Deer. Dear Esper. All right, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, Deer is the lady with an arm missing, and Esper is the short man in a big metal suit.
All right, good to know. Good to know. And she goes, all right, looks like next race I can get you in is 4 days from now. And it's a qualifying round.
Excellent.
So,
Oh, is Mounds gonna be in that thing?
oh no, he is well qualified.
Oh, well, we're trying to race against Mounds, or is there any way we could do that?
Yeah, win the qualifying round.
Okay, great.
Don't
Um,
worry. I'll handle this. Father,
Thank
is
you.
there any way for us to race Mounser?
Nuts.
Yeah, win the qualifying round, sweetie. It's-
I see. Father, we must win the qualifying round.
Thank you, Chipmunk. You've done great.
All right. Well, and she grabs out like a piece of paper, hands it to you, and goes, "There you go. That's going to be your qualifying number." And you see on it, it just has a 32 on it, and just kind of like a little ID code to scan. We'll bounce back
Thank you, madam.
to the unders.
I love your winged eyeliner.
Oh, thank you. I like your muscles.
I like your cat's eye glasses.
Appreciate it. And
And the beehive hairdo is wonderful.
oh yeah, Wiskowski. Seer and Vesper, you are heading down to the lower levels of this under city, this place where it seems that all of the utilities of the city are routed through. And you get to this place that your little informant, unintentional informant, had pointed you in the direction of. It's just called Vox's Lounge. He's being very subtle, as you can tell. And you, what do you do?
I was going to say that I was going to look for some sort of, like, way of communication. Because archaeologists with communication and written things. But that's a really obvious sign. So, I don't know what to do next year. I'm so sorry.
Well, it perhaps is wise to do some research before we head into the lion's den. We can conduct more study around the area, see what people know about what goes on in here, or we could just go straight in. I defer to you, Vesper. What would you recommend we do next?
When I've previously uncovered sites, there have been, like, people do sort of graffiti and little bits of information, so that's kind of what I thought, but would this guy even bother with something like that to keep something so secretive if he has
I mean, there's graffiti
a
everywhere.
large sign? I mean, there could be something, some sort of message, like how he stays. Is it just murder? Is he like a drug overlord? Or does he do anything else? Or is he just killing people?
Well, let us examine. I've often found that alleyways leading to one's base tells us a lot about what they do. You find empty bags, that shows that they've been here for a while. Discarded food, they've been living there. signs that people have been recently cleaning up, there's something that they don't want you to see.
Yeah.
This just all sounds like archaeology to me. But okay,
Exactly.
let's do
That's
it.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah. You standing outside, you actually do see the gray dust that the dealer had informed you about. There is like a almost like clay silica type dust on the ground that seems to just head in and out of this this lounge.
Can I examine this dust? Like,
You
what does it seem to
Absolutely
be?
can. So, you're going to we'll go with problem solving. But we're going to add archaeology to your I don't know how to spell archaeology. Wow. All right, never mind.
It's a hard word to
It's
spell.
a hard
I'm learning.
word to your thing, but we'll use problem solving for now. Go ahead and roll for that. This is going to be a difficulty for to kind of deduce what this dust is and where it came from.
Okay. I am going to use an effort on this. I win.
Fantastic.
We win.
The game's over, DJ.
Fantastic.
We did it.
Um,
We saved Christmas.
How's it feel? How's it feel, dude?
Brilliant.
yeah, so you look at this dust and realize that this is probably a piece or parts of him. He
You?
Yeah.
I mean, not you, but also you.
Yeah, he is what you can assume that he is a Grenetian, and which is essentially an elemental person, something like someone who is made of rock.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
These Grenetians, would they, when you come across them in archaeological sites, how preserved would they be? Like, is this actual, like, dust?
Yeah,
Or-
so it's mostly the outside of their skin, right? So we shed skin flakes all the time, constantly. A Grenetian sheds stone dust because their skin is stone. And it's larger because the rubbing and, the joints and all of that
Right,
stuff.
right.
He's just
Yeah.
losing his stone.
He's just losing his stones.
Have you ever come up against a Grenetian before, Sir?
Have I? Yeah, do I know of any weaknesses that this alien species possesses?
You know that they are typically harder to attack because they have a natural armor rating. Just because, like, they're very thick-skinned, right? And because they're very thick-skinned, it's difficult typically. That's
Is
kind of their main
there-
advantage.
Is there something that I would know from my background? Like, is there like a material? Is there something that these people tend to stay away from? Because, like, as I've studied these bodies, there could be like some sort of liquid or something that if it is poured over these remains, they tend to just dissolve because they
Sonic
are rock and not
frequencies.
people.
I mean,
Whoa,
Everybody
whoa,
tries to
Vesper.
avoid
That's-
acid.
Everybody's people, all right. come
Everybody's
on.
people.
Well,
You
now
know, like fleshy
I got a
people.
thought.
yeah,
I got a thought.
real people. Vesper.
I mean, as
This
an
is-
archaeologist, you would
this is
know
not-
what chemicals dissolve what rocks, because you got to be really
Exactly.
careful about
You
mixing
would
things and
know
destroying.
that, right? But like it's going to be the same type of stuff that's not going to be super friendly to your own skin, right? It's yeah, sure.
But there's nothing like.
There's no
super
like
particular
weakness,
about...
right? They are big and heavy, and they fall hard. And if they're hit hard enough, they crack. And so you hit them hard, and you hit them enough. That shielding from that top layer of skin is going to chip away.
Dang. Well, if we wait long enough, he'll just disintegrate himself because he's already shedding a lot of dust.
You're not
So
here,
really, we're-
Samuel.
We can hear Samuel's voice
I
say
don't
in
know
our
why-
heads.
Why is Samuel here? What's going on? Did he teleport?
I think while Vesper's doing a kind of examination of the alleyway, I'd like to kind of walk up to the lounge and just kind of run my hands across it, and I'd like to perform a scan.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective this will be because it is kind of a smaller area. It's like a 10-foot cube, but I'd like to see at least like, you know, what life signs are present. You know, what hints there are there of what's within.
Yeah, there are 3 life forms inside. You can tell that much. 2 of them are humanoid. It doesn't necessarily, because you don't have direct eyes on them, but you're doing a free scan essentially at the moment. And the Granitian is large. If you want to spend points, it might get you a little bit more. But
I do want to spend points.
okay, you want to spend some points. I believe that scan when you spend points is going to basically tell you how dangerous something is. This is essentially this group. The Granitian is a difficulty 5. But you're able to tell that the other 2 that are with him are a difficulty 3 and are not as much of a threat.
Okay. So I go ahead and kind of do the scan. I kind of glance back over to Vesper. Go. Granitians are going to be difficult to handle, but luckily, my attacks ignore the physical.
Yeah.
Are you
Best
ready
I've
to
got is
follow
a
in?
pistol.
We can find ways of dealing with him within the lounge. Now,
Sure
you've
you
taken
don't-
me this far. You can step back if you so choose and let me handle this. But I welcome your aid, however you're willing to provide it.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
All right.
Vesper, you've survived the eye of the Tyrant. You can handle this if you so if you believe in it.
Barely. Barely. This is not
Surviving
mine.
is surviving. It doesn't matter what you walk away with or without. Fact remains that you live.
Right. Well, so you're just gonna walk right in then?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of, kick down the door and do the RoboCop. Just
Yeah.
walk in and just say like, Rhino Vox, your time has come. The Templars have called for your name.
You walk inside, and you see these 2 humanoids. They're impressive humanoids, right? They're tall, muscular, strong. But the Granitian just kind of looks at you and goes, "I thought they were gonna sit outside and talk forever. All right, let's get this over with." And he cracks his knuckles as dust comes falling off of them. And that's where we're going to end for this session. And we will pick up with some combat next session. So, everybody, if you liked what we did here, please check out our Patreon. Follow us everywhere, especially with the possibility of TikTok going away. Follow us other places, like Instagram and YouTube. Those are the two social medias that came to mind.
Or on the street.
Or on the street. Just say hi. Don't do that.
Find DJ, follow him on the street.
But if you are on Blue Sky, we're also on Blue Sky. I like Blue Sky. So yeah. And of course, check out everybody's Start Playing Games here, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Fare thee well.
Yeah.